muscles know the motion, a perfect practice lift, a symmetry of corners, a socially useful gift. I've mastered it, it's a reflex now, a flash of white and pink. When someone says, how are you, before they've time to think. Or carrot doesn't reach my eyes, those stay a flat and steady gray. The smile is just a decoy to keep the real truth at bay and hidden. It's just a hollow smile, an empty porcelain curve, a useful hollow artifact that I have learned to serve. To the world it holds no warmth, no joy, no crinkle at the edge. It's just a barricade I build upon a crumbling ledge of despair. Oh, this hollow smile, it's my most worn disguise. It greets the morning mirror and it greets your shocked, hurt eyes. In my memory, it used to be a real thing, a breaking of the dawn across my face when you'd walk in. When we were still a bond not broken, it started in my soul and traveled to my skin. Involuntary, brilliant, letting all the light within shine out. Now the circuit's disconnected, the source light is dead. The hollow smile is just a puppet moved by wires in my head, mark survival. It's just a hollow smile, an empty porcelain curve, a useful hollow artifact that I have learned to serve. To the world it holds no warmth, no joy, no crinkle at the edge. It's just a barricade I build upon a crumbling ledge. Oh, despair. Oh, this hollow smile, it's my most worn disguise. It greets the morning mirror and it greets your shocked, hurt eyes. In my memory, one day maybe a real one will sneak up from inside, a chuckle at a puppy or a view I can't hide. My wonder at, and for a second the hollow smile will crack, and something genuine and frail will come shining back through the ruins. But until then, the mask is firmly on, a hollow smile for a hollow heart. From now until the dawn of something real. Lips up, eyes dead, hollow smile. Pressed inside my yearbook, on the page we're seeing spring, a tiny purple orchid on a sad and plastic string. A memory you bought it from a kid outside the gym. Your hands were sweating, nervous as you pinned it on its rim. On my Cheap and fragrant lines, we swayed under streamers in that overheated full sessions. Now it's just a wilted corsage, a fossil of a night when forever felt as certain as a disco ball's cheap light on our faces. The purple's turned to the color of a bruise, a perfect tiny metaphor for the love we later lose so carelessly. Oh, this wilted corsage, it's a time capsule sealed with pain, holding all the promises that felt like April rain and then evaporated. I found it cleaning bookshelves, a dried up paper ghost, and for a second I was 17 again. You were most the handsome I could smell, the chlorine from your swim team hair, feel the stiffness of your rented tux, the weight of your stare on my face. Then the present rushed back in, a colder, harder wave, and the wilted corsage was just a thing I couldn't save from time's crush. Now it was just a wilted corsage, a fossil of a night when forever felt as certain as the disco ball's cheap light on our faces. The purple's turned to the color of a bruise, a perfect tiny metaphor for the love we'd later lose so carelessly. Oh, this wilted corsage, just a time capsule sealed with pain, holding all the promises that felt like April rain and then evaporated. Maybe I should throw it out, that girl is gone and so are you. But throwing it away feels like admitting it wasn't true. That feeling, it was true for that night in that room. The wilted corsage proves it in its miniature tomb of pages. Let it stay, let it be the pressed and fragile proof of a sweetness that was real before it grew aloof and complicated. Just a dry flower, wilted corsage from a dance that never ended. A bright bass walks a slow line, brushed drums keep gentle time. A muted trumpet plays a nostalgic, a melancholy solo that carries a melody. The song fades like an old memory. I have 1,000 photographs, but not a single tape of how you sounded when you laughed, or the inflections when you'd shape my name. I searched through old voicemails, but I deleted them in pride or pain. I can't remember which, now that part of you has died. A second death, the timbre and the pitch, the soft and specific rise, and fall of your narration of our ordinary skies is gone. It's a forgotten voice, a melody I can't replay. It slipped out of my memory's grasp. It's faded clean away like smoke. I try to conjure it, I squeeze my eyes up tight, but all I get is static or an impression of the light in your eyes silent. Oh, this forgotten voice, it's the cruelest kind of loss, to have the face but not the sound, to bear the silent cross of amnesia. I hear other men speak, and sometimes for a word or two I'll freeze, thinking I've caught an echo, something recognizably you. But it's never right, it's always off, a different key, a different soul. And the disappointment is a fresh and gaping hole in my chest. My own voice is changing too, without yours to answer back. It's getting flatter, quieter, losing its old track of joy. It's a forgotten voice, a melody I can't replay. It slipped out of my memory's grasp. It's faded clean away like smoke. I try to conjure it, I squeeze my eyes up tight, but all I get is static or an impression of the light in your eyes silent. Oh, this forgotten voice, it's the cruelest kind of loss, to have the face but not the sound, to bear the silent cross of amnesia. Maybe the brain protects us, erasing the sensory weight of a love that caused us anguish, sealing our emotional fate in a quieter past. But I take the anguish with the sound, the sharp, specific pain over this hollow, silent void, this ghost inside my brain that whispers nothing. A forgotten voice is a void where love once spoke, and I am just an archaeologist, desperately trying to evoke a sound from dust. How did you say I love you? Forgotten voice I'll never know again. It wasn't waves that took her, no ocean, no rough sea, but the quiet in the morning when the clock struck silently. On 3 a.m. it was the space between the words in a fight that never came, the vacuum of a goodbye that never earned its name. It filled the room like water rising from the floor, a thick and soundless flood that pushed against the door of her voice until it held her under. She drowned in silence, not a splash, not a cry for air, just a slow descent into the nothing, the unbearable, nowhere of unspoken things. The pressure crushed her lungs of all the song, and in the deep and weightless quiet is where she now belongs forever. Oh, she drowned in silence, her own personal soundless sea, and no one heard the bubbles rise because, of course, you see, there were none. She tried to speak, to break the surface with a word, a gasp, a plea, but her voice was just a stone that sank into the deep darkly of his indifference. The more she struggled, the faster she would sink, till fighting seemed a foolish waste of what was left to think or feel. So she let go. She opened up her mouth and let the quiet in, and found a cold and peaceful numbness underneath her skin and bone. She drowned in silence, not a splash, not a cry for air, just a slow descent into the nothing, the unbearable, nowhere of unspoken things. The pressure crushed the lungs of all the song, and in the deep and weightless quiet is where she now belongs forever. Oh, she drowned in silence, her own personal soundless sea, and no one heard the bubbles rise because, of course, you see, there were none. If you see her now, she seems serene, a calm and placid face. You'll never guess the fathoms deep, the dark and cold embrace that holds her. She moves through it as if it's water, slow and deliberate, a creature adapted to a pressure that would obliterate a louder soul. She drowned in silence and learned to breathe its liquid lack, and now the noisy bright world feels like an attack on her new silent senses. She breathes quiet now. She drowned in silence, and it's peaceful down here. Deep subaquatic scent past the sound of slow filtered bubbles and the distant mournful piano. The vocal feels submerged with reverb that mimics being the water. The track fades into the sound of still deep water. We used to point and name it, the place where sky meets sea, our land, the line of promise, who was yet to be. For us someday we'll go there, you would say, a vague and sweeping hand toward the blurry, beautiful and ever distant land of tomorrow. I believe the horizon was a place we could arrive, a finish line for striving, where our love would stay alive in perpetuity. Now it's just a fading horizon, a line that's losing form, a metaphor for futures that dissolved in a quiet storm of reality. The the same old grassy crest, but the line is softer, hazier. It offers me no rest. I promise it's just atmosphere, a trick of light, and I no longer a goal to reach for, just a feature of the sky. Between me and nowhere, now it's just a fading horizon, a line that's losing form, a metaphor for futures that dissolved in a quiet storm of reality. The more I walk towards it, the more it slips away, a mirage of together at the end of every day. I spin along this fading horizon. It's receding with my hope, a beautiful, cruel reminder that I'm learning how to cope without destinations. Maybe horizons aren't for reaching, maybe they're just meant to be, a gentle, constant reminder of a world's immensity beyond our small, sad stories. My story small now, just one part, and the fading horizon is the canvas of my heart, learning its new limited scope. It's not a line to cross anymore, it's just the edge of what I feel, and nothing more, and nothing less. No line, just sky, fading horizon, infinite and close. It sits inside a shadow box upon the wall of gray, a curated museum piece from a never was wedding day. I dreamed of lilies of the valley, tiny bells of white, a ribbon of French silk that caught the hypothetical light. In my mind's eye, I bought it for myself, a foolish tender to hold the shape of a promise, a tangible sweet fact of a hope that died before the isle. Now it's a wilted bridal bouquet, a dried up dusty prayer for a walk I never took, in a dress I didn't wear. For you the white has turned to parchment, the green to ash and gray, a perfect preserved sorrow in a most pathetic way on display. Oh, there's a wilted bridal bouquet, it's a relic of a year that turned into a silence and a lonely, deepest stress I keep behind glass. I don't know why I keep it a warning to myself. A monument to the girl who placed her heart upon a shelf. Mark future with him, or maybe it's a tribute to the love I had. So pure and merited the symbols, even if they make me sad. Beyond measure, the glass protects it from the air, from time's decay, but it also seals it in a beautiful arrested way to be broken. Now it's a wilted bridal bouquet, a dried up dusty prayer for a walk I never took, in a dress I didn't wear. For you the white has turned to parchment, the green a ash and gray, a perfect preserved sorrow in a most pathetic way on display. Oh, there's a wilted bridal bouquet. It's a relic of a year that turned into a silence and a lonely, deep distress I keep behind glass. Should I take it down, bury it, have my own private, quiet right? But that feels like a performance, a drama in the night. For no one, so it stays a conversation piece for guests who never come. A private altar in my hallway, feeling deaf and dumb. To joy, the wilted bridal bouquet is my truth in floral form, a story of a hope that couldn't weather the storm of reality. Never thrown, wilted bridal bouquet, preserved in its almost. The music box plays a fragile, tinkling version of a wedding march, a harp and cello take over with a sorrowful waltz melody. The music is elegant, formal and deeply sad, ending with the sound of the music box winding and down. I wrote you letters I never sent, in a notebook late at night, with a pen that always skipped in the dim and yellow light of my bedside. The words were urgent, messy, smudged and true, a bleeding of my insides in indigo and blue. For your eyes only, but I was scared or proud or something in between. So the letters stayed as secrets in a private paper scene of confession. Now it's just fading, ink on pages growing thin, the passionate professions that I never let begin their journey to you. The blue is turning gray, the lines are getting faint, a self-erasing narrative of love without the taint of reality. Oh, this fading ink, it's disappearing as I read the perfect metaphor for a love I didn't feed with courage. I flip through them sometimes, these ghostly half-formed pleas, and ghostly stain where my heart once overflowed in its desperate written pain and hope. Now it's just fading ink on pages growing thin. The passionate professions that I never let begin their journey to you. The blue is turning gray, the lines are getting faint, a self-erasing narrative of love without the taint of reality. All this fading ink, it's disappearing as I read the perfect metaphor for a love I didn't feed with courage. Should I trace over the letters, make them dark and new, but the paper wouldn't hold it, the damage would shine through? Or should I scan them, digitize this disappearing act, preserve the evidence of my own cowardly exact failure to connect? No, let them fade, let the ink return to air, let the words I couldn't speak become a nothing everywhere and nowhere. A silent ending, just a shadow on a page, fading in. Soon, nothing. The 10:15 won't come again, the schedule's been changed. The benches are all empty, the whole arrangement's been rearranged. By the time I sit here out of habit, with a ticket to nowhere fast, watching pigeons court and quarrel in the shadows that are cast. By the roof, the loudspeakers silent, no arrivals and no goals, just the empty station echoing with phantom highs and lows of good wait. This empty station is a monument to leaving, to the hope of an arrival. I'm still naively grieving, for the tracks stretch out in both directions, polished bright and cold, telling stories of departures that are centuries old, and one that's mine. Oh, this empty station, it's my permanent address, a platform built for waiting in a state of quiet stress, for a train that's been canceled. I see the ghost of you sometimes in a long coat by the door, but it's just a stranger's shadow on the dusty tile floor. In the evening light I hear the ghost of laughter from the cafe that is closed, where we shared a muffin once and our future was supposed to begin. Now it's just a kiosk shutter with advertisements peeled walk out into the town, but the thought of all those moving people makes me shut down and stay put here. The narrative is simple: wait and be alone. Out there the story's complicated, and I'd have to atone for my stillness, so I'll sit until the caretaker locks the gate, a faithful patron of the empty station, accepting my fate as a statue. Last call for nowhere. Empty station, all aboard the silence. I knelt beside our bed, the one that felt too big alone. And I prayed with fervent, desperate words in a shaky monotone to a God I wasn't sure was listening. Please bring him back, I'd say, or take this love from me. Just show me how to face the day without him. I bargained, I made promises, I wept upon the floor. I prayed until my voice was raw, and I couldn't pray no more for mercy. But it was an unanswered prayer. The phone stayed dark and dead. The love stayed in my chest, a heavy lump of lead. In sorrow, no lightning strike of peace, no angel at my door. Just the same four walls and the same ache and the same war. Inside my mind, oh, this unanswered prayer, it's the loudest silence yet, a one-way conversation with a sky of cold regret and indifference. I stopped the kneeling after a while, the ritual felt cheap. A performance for an empty room, a harvest I couldn't reap. From barren ground my prayers turned inward into questions sharp and thin. Did I not pray right? Was my faith not enough to win your favor? Or worse, the quiet creeping heretical thought, what if there's no one listening at all and I have fought this pain for nothing? But it was an unanswered prayer. The phone stayed dark and dead. The love stayed in my chest, a heavy lump of lead. And sorrow, no lightning strike of peace, no angel at my door. Just the same four walls and the same hate and the same war. Inside my mind, oh, this unanswered prayer, it's the loudest silence yet, a one-way conversation with a sky of cold regret and indifference. Maybe no is an answer, maybe the prayer was answered in the stay, in the enduring of the unendurable, day after day. Maybe grace is not the removal of the rock, but the strength to bear its way. My unanswered prayer taught me that my own breath is a prayer of survival, that the heaven I was seeking was a man. And when he left, I was left with just myself and a God of the bereft. in the silent amen. I sweep the floor on Sundays, a slow and sweeping rhyme, and watch the sun catch molds of our suspended, collected time. In the beam, it's not just dirt, it's fragments of the us that used to be. Skin cells we shed in laughter. From your book, a page from me. It's dust of yesterday, a fine pale ghostly silk, a testament to living in the fragile world we built and let crumble. Just dust of yesterday, it's all that's in the pen. After my careful sweeping of the life we'd once begun, together I could analyze its contents like an archaeologist. Find a thread from your old sweater in this pale and gritty mist of memory, but I just tip it in the bin and watch it fall. The final quiet burial of the biggest dream of all, in a dustbin. It gathers in the corners where our feet don't tread anymore, on the shelf that holds the trophy from a '98 baseball war. You wanted coats, the vinyl records we danced to in the dark, a soft and gray patina like a fingerprint on art of absence. It's the physical decay of shared domestic bliss. The dust of yesterday is proof that something was and is now gone. Just dust of yesterday, it's all that's in the pen. After my careful sweeping of the life we'd once begun, together I could analyze its contents like an archaeologist. Find a thread from your old sweater in this pale and gritty mist of memory, but I just tip it in the bin and watch it fall. The final quiet burial of the biggest dream of all, in a dustbin. They say dust is mostly skin, the past we've sloughed away, so every time I clean I'm throwing parts of us away for good. The dust of yesterday is the shed cells of our love, falling softly, endlessly from the heavens up above our old life. Maybe one day the supply will run out and the air will be clean of you, and I won't find a single hair or memory in the pile. Sweep it out, dust of yesterday. Make room for tomorrow's stuff.
soft, wordless vocal harmonies float in the background. The song ends with the sound of a soft brush sweeping, and a final, resolving guitar chord.
For you, before I knew your name, a gentle rising sequence toward our finishing. Or fear I'd hum it in the shower, a secret hopeful sound for a child we'd have someday on the solid promised ground of a love I crafted little lyrics, silly rhymes about the moon. A soundtrack for a nursery that would be finished soon in a house we built. Now it's an unborn lullaby, a song without a sleeper, a melody that's destined now forever to be a keeper of silence that echoes in the room we painted softest blue, a ghost of a future that we never will see through, to a crying hungry dawn. Oh, this unborn lullaby is the purest kind of ache for a love that never was, for the parental stakes we never got to claim. I sing it to the emptiness sometimes when the night is long, a private pointless concert for an audience of wrong. Decisions and notes feel hollow like a birdcage with no bird, the sweetest, saddest music that has ever been heard by no one. It was a love song for a soul we never meet, a promise to a future that lies crumbled at my feet, and dust and maybe a lullaby, a song without a sleeper, a melody that's destined now forever to be a keeper of silence that echoes in the room we painted soft as blue, a ghost of a future that we never will see through, to a crying hungry dawn. Oh, this unborn lullaby is the purest kind of ache for a love that never was, for the parental stakes we never got to claim. Maybe it's a mercy that you'll never know this tune, that your tiny ears will never hear it in a sunlit room with my voice. Maybe the unborn lullaby is a gift in its own way, to spare you from the fractured love that couldn't find a way to stay whole, but it feels like a death of a specific tender dream, and I am left here humming by the cold and silent stream of what could have been. Hush, little one who never was, unborn lullaby, sleep in the land of never. Sleep in the land of never. A music box plays the simple, haunting lullaby melody. A piano and a string quartet join, swelling with emotion. The song ends with the music box winding down, its final notes tinkling into silence. We named our own collection up in the indigo, connected dots of fiction only we could know. And see the lover's dipper with his handle made of trust. The promises are iron belts cinched tight on us. For clear nights we point them out on blankets in the grass. A private story language that we hoped would last as long as the cosmos. Now it's a fading constellation, losing stars one by one, as each memory of its meaning comes undone. In the light of reality, the lines are getting hard to trace between the points of laughter on your once familiar face and the stranger you became. Oh, this fading constellation, soon the sky will be anonymous again, just a vast and silent lie of distance. I look up now and squint, try to find the shape we drew, but the stars have rearranged, or my vision's not as true as it was with you beside me. A satellite cuts through our space, a modern blinking insult to our romantic dead grace. In the heavens, the mythology we built is dissipating, and the fading constellation is simply demonstrating the impermanence of patterns. Now it's a fading constellation, losing stars one by one, as each memory of its meaning comes undone. In the light of reality, the lines are getting hard to trace between the points of laughter on your once familiar face and the stranger you became. Oh, this fading constellation, soon the sky will be anonymous again, just a vast and silent lie of distance. Maybe constellations are just desperate human acts to make chaos into story, to forge imaginary pacts with the infinite. Our pact is broken, our story's at its end, so the fading constellation can finally descend to the pure, uncaring, beautiful night. Where it belongs, I'll learn the real names by the cool academic light of a star chart and forget the ones we made. Just stars now, fading constellations. stars create a celestial slant. The vocalist dreamy and distant. The music swirls and fades like stars disappearing in the dawn. It curves up through the center of this old and quiet house, a spine of polished oak wood without a spouse. Of footsteps coming down, I stand at the bottom, looking at the climb, remembering the rhythm, 2 beats at a time, of you and me. The banister still holds the ghost of your sure grip as you take the steps 2 at a time. A confident, quick trip to where I waited. Now it's just an empty staircase, a conduit for dust, and a beautiful unused passage leading to a thoroughfare of empty rooms that doesn't lead to laughter in the morning light or to whispered conversations in the middle of the night anymore. This empty staircase, it's the architectures on my life, a soaring wooden symbol of the love I can't get back by climbing. I walk it slowly now, 1 creak for every lonely tread, a solo solemn pilgrimage up to our unmade bed of memories. The echoes are all mine, they bounce and then return, a lonely conversation that I'm desperate to unlearn, but can't. At the top the view is just the same as from below, a hollow downward spiral into a familiar world and stillness. Now it's just an empty staircase, a conduit for dust, and a beautiful unused passage leading to a thoroughfare of empty rooms that doesn't lead to laughter in the morning light or to whispered conversations in the middle of the night anymore. This empty staircase, it's the architectures of my life, a soaring wooden symbol of the love I can't get back by climbing. Maybe I should sell the house, it's monumentally, but the empty staircase feels like a part of me. Now its emptiness is my emptiness, carved in wood and nailed to fill it with new footsteps. Will be a destined fail to honor what it was, so I'll keep it clean and bare and still. A sculpture in my daily life, a test of my own will to end a beauty that leads nowhere. No one descends empty staircase, just me and the echo of my own ascent. A piano plays a stately ascending melody, a string quartet, violins, violoncello has depth and sorrow, their phrases rising and falling like the stairs. A song ends with a single high note from a violin that decays in the imagined space. The song came on the radio, a waltz from some old play, and my body knew the movements from afar and gone away. December in the kitchen with the dishes in the sink, my feet began to shuffle and a rhythm made me think of your hands, one on my waist, one holding mine aloft, and the silly practice box steps so clumsy and so soft in the living room. Now it's just a forgotten dance, a muscle memory, a ghost of coordination that belongs to you and me from a time before the silence. My feet move on the tile, but I'm spinning with the phantom, and I'm practicing a smile that feels foreign. Oh, this forgotten dance is beautiful and sad. The most fluent conversation that we ever had was without words, and now it's gone. Out the pattern, a solo silent turn, and the final note hangs in the air. A lesson I must learn again and again. The dance is in my bones, it seems a part of my foundation, woven into dreams I can't control. But the partner's vanished and a solo waltz is just a woman turning circles in a cloud of fading dust and longing. Now it's just a forgotten dance, a muscle memory, a ghost of coordination that belongs to you and me from a time before the silence. My feet move on the tile, but I'm spinning with the phantom, and I'm practicing a smile that feels foreign. Oh, this forgotten dance is beautiful and sad. The most fluent conversation that we ever had was without words, and now it's gone. They say you never forget the way you never forget to ride a bike, but a bike's a solitary thing, and this requires a strike of partnership, of trust, of weight exchanged and held to. Dance alone is to inhabit a story that's been shelved but not discarded. So I'll dance it when the music accidentally plays this forgotten dance to the echo of those days, until my body forgets and the song ends. Forgotten dance, just me standing still. The sky outside is cloudless, a brutal, cheerful blue, but inside her a precious build, a tempest brewing through the chambers of her heart. You never know to look at her calm face, composing emails, tying laces, keeping up the pace of normal. But the barometer is plummeting behind her eyes, a hurricane of what ifs and suppressed anguish cries is making landfall. This is her private storm. No rain will touch the ground. No thunder will alert the neighbors to the sound of her world breaking. It's all contained within the bone. A cataclysm felt by her and her alone. In perfect silent violence, the winds are made of shame. The lightning, all the bitter words she will not name aloud. Oh, her private storm. She functions through the gale force, makes dinner, pays a bill, while internally the rooftops of her dreams are faced until they tear away. She smiles at the cashier, makes a polite remark, while the tidal wave of loneliness engulfs her in the dark of her own mind. The cleanup will be internal, vast and slow, and no disaster relief will ever really know how to reach her. This is her private storm. No rain will touch the ground. No thunder will alert the neighbors to the sound of her world breaking. It's all contained within the bone. A cataclysm felt by her and her alone. In perfect silent violence, the winds are made of shame. The lightning, all the bitter words she will not name aloud. Oh, her private storm. One day the hour will pass, the winds will cease to scream, and she'll survey the landscape of her own internal dream. Now rearrange, the damage will be total, but the air will be so clean, washed free of the old lies that might have been so keen and painful. From the rubble she will start to build a town that's rated for this weather that won't so easily drown in the next private storm. Calm on the surface, her private storm, raging within. You see her in the boardroom, or commanding a PTA. You see her calm in crisis, in a competent, cool way that inspires. She's the rock, the one you call when things go wrong, the one who writes the plan, who sings the steady bolstering song of we'll get through. What you don't see is the clay that forms a face, the careful daily sculpting in a hidden private space before the mirror. This is her mask of strength. It's porcelain, it's steel, a masterpiece of I'm okay that she has learned to feel is real enough. It smiles when the heart inside is breaking stone. It offers wise advice when she is feeling most alone and terrified. Oh, her mask of strength, it's the most beautiful disguise. filters out the weakness from her eyes for public consumption. Forged in disappointment, in the fires of letdowns past, each crack expertly hidden, made to look like it will last. Forever she polishes it nightly with the tears she will not shed, and fits it on each morning like a crown upon her head, or a sentence it's become her face, more than her own skin. The price of being the one that everyone leans in upon is this armor. This is her mask of strength. 'Cause porcelain is still a masterpiece of I'm okay that she has learned to feel is real enough. It smiles when the heart inside is breaking stone. It offers wise advice when she is feeling most alone and terrified. Oh, her mask of strength, it's the most beautiful disguise. It filters out the weakness from her eyes for public consumption. One day, maybe in the arms of someone truly safe and true, the mask will feel so heavy she won't know what to do. But let it fall, and underneath a softer, frightened face will peer a woman who is tired of being brave, of living in the fear of being seen as weak. But for now the mask of strength is her best friend. It lets her move through worlds that would destroy her in the end. If they saw the cracks, she wears it well. Her mask of strength is almost part of her now. It's almost part of her now. The song was almost over. We played the final verse. The melody was winding down from better to the worst. For where you held the final chord, I held my breath and wait for the resolution, for the sealing of our fate. And sound your fingers hover just above the ivory, deciding on the feeling of our ending's legacy. And music, then you play the last note, not major, not minor, but just gray, a single dying vibration. played it in my mind 1,000 times since then, trying to hear a hint of maybe trying to find the when it all went wrong. Coded in the pitch, the tone, the length, but it's just a note. It holds no secret, it possesses no strength beyond its own existence. It was the period, the end, the last note of the symphony of us, my dearest friend, in love and lost. Then you play the last note, not major, not minor, but just gray, a single dying vibration meant to simply fade away into nothing. It wasn't triumphant, it wasn't a crash of despair. It was the sound of giving up, the ghost of having care enough to fight. Oh, that last note, it hangs in the air between every silence now, a subtle constant haunting sheet on the quiet. Maybe our endings have a sound if we could only hear the closing of a door, the shedding of a tear. In frequency, ours was a middle C, held just a bit too long, with a soft pedal to press, a quiet, peaceful wrong conclusion. I'll spend my life trying to write the next song start, but I'll always hear your last note echoing in the heart of every new beginning. It's still ringing, last note never quite fades. I sat upon the shoreline as the blue hour took the sky, and watched the waters quiet, slow and steady goodbye. To the land it wasn't frantic, not a rush, not a fearful flight, just a gradual short retreat from the claiming of the light. By the moon, each wave came in a little less, reached a little less for me. A gentle cosmic letting go for all the world to see. And I lament, this is the fading tide, the love's retreat from my soul. Sure, it's not a storm, it's not a crash, it's not a war anymore. It's just the water finding its new lower line, leaving behind the wet dark sand, a vast and empty sign of what was covered. Oh, this fading tide, it takes a piece of me, each sweep, not with violence, but with promises it cannot keep, to return. The treasures that it uncovered on shelves, but broken things. A bottle cap of arguments, the sharp edge that sorrow brings. To the surface I walk, the newly exposed and ribbed expanse, feeling the cold suction where our future had its chance. And then receded, the seagulls cry as if they mourn the loss as well. But they're just birds and I am just a woman is a fading tide. The loves retreat from my shore. It's not a storm, it's not a crash, it's not a war anymore. It's just the water finding its new lower line, leaving behind the wet docks and a vast and empty sign of what was covered. Oh, this fading tide, it takes a piece of me each sweep, not with violence, but with promises it cannot keep to return. I know the tide will turn again, the moon will pull it near, but it won't be the same water that caresses cold and clear. This stretch of beach, and I won't be the same woman waiting there for its return. The fading tide teaches a lesson in release. That some loves are governed by a distant, silent peace that calls them away, and all you can do is watch them go and feel the space they leave behind, and learn the contours of that new raw place. It's gone now. Fading tide, now just a white wet sand. It's gonna fading tide, not just a white wet sand. I got the apartment, all the furniture, the cat. I want the separation. Can you imagine that? A champion of asses splitting, a master of the clean. In legal break I signed the papers with a steady cold routine of detachment. My friends took me out, they toasted my new life. They said you're better off to cut through the emotional strife like a knife. It felt like one, but it's a hollow victory. The trophy's made of air. I'm standing in the quiet of a space that's mine to spare, and it echoes. I won the silence, I won the right to sleep. Starfished in the center of a promise I couldn't keep either. Oh, this hollow victory, it tastes of dust and spite. I fought so hard to win the battle, but I lost the light of the war. What was I fighting for? I see your face in every item, a ghost in every chair. The victory is just the privilege of living with the hair you left in a drain. I got the books, you got the records, a fair exchange of artifacts from a culture we used to share. to keep on living, to face another day alone. Hooray, I won. Hollow victory. Now won. It lived behind my teeth for years, a solid rounded stone. The 3 words, 8 letters, weight I carried all alone. In secret I'd feel it in the morning when you'd hand me my tea. And in the brutal honesty of night's dark privacy, between our sheets I'd open up my mouth to let it free. But out would come the weather or a weak apology for nothing. Now it's just an unsaid I love you, fossilizing in my throat, the most important sentence that I never wrote. In there for you, it's calcifying now, a permanent heart lump, a monument to cowardice, a bitter, swollen bump on my history. Oh, this sunset, I love you, it will never see the light. It died inside me in the endless, lonely night of my silence. I see you in the grocery store with someone else's hand in yours, and the fossil shifts and aches, and my whole spirit pours itself into a single silent scream that shakes my frame. The unsaid I love you, now just a holder of your name. In regret you'll never know, you'll think I didn't care enough, when the truth was I cared so much the feeling was too tough to voice. Now it's just an unsaid I love you, fossilizing in my throat, the most important sentence